Hi there, everyone. This is Krisha Young here again, here to serve you as your coach and mentor for those high-performing Type A women who, really want more out of life. And one of the things that you might be struggling with right now is, if you are a single woman or you're in a relationship that isn't providing you with the physical intimacy that you desire for whatever reason, um, there is a tendency to have like a real longing for that. Of course, we all, for a lot of us, myself included, physical touch is a love language, and it is something that really, really fills us up and makes us feel really good. And especially when we get into things like physical intimacy and sex and stuff like that as well. It's something that's really, really, really important. And as I'm recording this video right now, we are a couple of weeks into coronavirus, and social distancing is being enforced at the moment, and so we are all respecting that and doing what we can to stay safe at this particular time. And so for a lot of people, this means that you're not dating anymore. You're not being physically intimate as much as maybe you used to be. And you might be feeling that right now. You might be really feeling the, even just missing giving hugs to people. Myself, I'm like a professional hugger. I love hugging. I love physical touch. It's a massive love language of mine. And not being able to do that is, with my friends or whatever, it has an impact for sure. And so this video, what I wanted to talk to you about is how to bridge that gap. And I got a message from a client the other day, actually, and she said, a hug is just not the same when it's just you. Well, neither is anything really. And I said to her, au contraire, I'm going to do a video on that. So basically what she's saying is that, it's not the same, like hugging yourself and even maybe pleasuring yourself. It's not the same as like obviously having sex or being able to hug another person, right? And okay, sure, yes. When this is a love language of yours, and it's important to you, absolutely. There is absolutely nothing that beats having that real amazing sexual experience with somebody, especially if they know what they're doing and you feel really, nurtured in that way, right? But we don't have to get that cup filled up from an external person. And in fact, in one of the other videos I did a couple weeks ago on this very topic was pleasure yourself first. And it is about that. It is about giving yourself the pleasure that you would normally get from another person first, because in order for you to be able to do that, that's like a recipe for self-love, right? And I teach this to my clients. I teach this in the Ascension program under the affection and acceptance module, where we go deep into what it means to like love yourself and being able to have intimacy, physical intimacy with yourself, and it being as good as, if not better than with a partner. Now you've gotten yourself to a place of real self-love, real self-appreciation, right? And what then happens is when you have a sexual experience or a physical experience with somebody else, it is now richer than it ever could possibly be. And you are in a position to be able to easily communicate your needs to that person, to say, you know what, actually, I really prefer to be hugged in this way or to be touched in this way. And you know that because you've spent the time learning your own body and what it is that you need. And so I really, really, really invite you to take this time right now while we are distancing in the way that we are, to really get to know yourself and to really just start caressing yourself and pleasuring yourself in that way, in the way that you want to be pleasured, in the way that you want another to touch you or to please you. And when you start to give yourself that level of attention, then it becomes something that is so incredibly sacred for you. And you find that over time, you stop missing and needing that outside external source. And what does that do? That makes you even more desirable, right? Because if you're coming out with that energy of, I really wish I could be loved, and I really wish I could give my love, and I wish I had a partner, and I wish I was having sex, right? Like that's that kind of like longing and, oh man, almost desperate energy. And whereas if you're coming from a place of, oh, I'm good, like I just took care of myself and I'm filled up in that way, and oh, hi, you're sexy. I think I might consider having a conversation with you and seeing where this goes, but I don't need you to provide me with that kind of attention or that kind of, filling my cup up, because I'm taking care of myself in that kind of way. It is a very, very beautiful and sacred ritual that you can give yourself. So what I would encourage you to do is every single day, spend 10, 15 minutes, or maybe 5 minutes, whatever, in the shower, having a bath, before bed, when you wake up, whenever it feels good for you. Remember, this is feminine leadership here. So this is all about how you feel. Okay. So when it feels good for you and you feel like, I'm feeling that longing, I'm feeling that needing right now, use that as a cue that it is time for you to give that to yourself. And you're probably going to have some thoughts come up that are like, yeah, but I really want this from somebody else. And that voice is going to be there. Let that voice be there. There might be tears. This might be something that is very tender for you and a real healing practice. This is why we spend time on this in the programs and when I work with women on this, because this can be a really tender process for women, especially if you're not used to giving this to yourself, right? So, spend that time, that 10 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever it is, just giving yourself the love and the touch, the physical touch that you would maybe want from a man. And you can do something like, run your fingers through your hair in the way that maybe you would want your man to do that, right? Like grab your hair or something like that. If there's like a sensual thing that you would like in that, you can scratch your body, or, just like you can even just hug yourself, give yourself a really nice big bear hug, right? Depending on whatever your sexual partner is, man or woman, it doesn't matter. Whatever it is that you enjoy receiving from a partner, give that to yourself in the way that you would like to receive that, right? Touch your body in the way that you would want to be touched. And I promise you, the more you do this, the more you're going to fall in love with yourself, and the more you're going to get to know your body, and the more you're going to get to know what it is that you want. And so when the time comes for you to date again or be physical with somebody again, oh, you're going to just be like way more expressed and way sexier for that person, because they're going to be like, whoa, this woman knows what she wants. Okay. And that is sexy to someone who is awake and really, wanting to have a person at that level in their lives. Right. So, that's your homework. Go ahead, do that. If things come up for you and it's a little triggering for you, then I really recommend you work with a coach or a therapist or something like that at the same time. so that you can work through and process through whatever might be coming up for you, because this is meant to be a really beautiful and nurturing exercise. So if there are things that are coming up for you that are triggering, then I really recommend you get additional support so that you can talk through that and walk through whatever is coming up for you, so that, you know, this doesn't end up being a traumatic experience for you and ends up being something that is really, really beautiful and really, really loving. So there you go. That's your homework. You know, 5 to 15 minutes a day of just like caressing and just like touching yourself as if, you know, you had a lover touching you, and exploring your body and exploring what it is that you love, and getting to the place of, damn, I hug myself better than like anybody's ever hugged me before. And then what that's going to do, and we're going to wrap up in a second, what that's going to do is also bring a new discernment barometer into your life, so that where you might have been settling before for people, being like, nah, that's okay. I mean, they're not really lighting my fire in the way that I want them to, but they're nice and they're good. No, that won't even happen anymore because you won't tolerate it. You'll know what you love, and you'll know, I can give myself better hugs than that person can, or, you know, the chemistry is just off. So I'm not going to pursue that anymore, because this is really, really important for me. So there's so many hidden benefits in this work down the road, the more you do it. So thank you so much for being here, for watching this video. Check out all my other videos as well on this channel. Come and check me out at krishayoung.com to find out more about how you could work with me if this is the kind of work that you are looking at deepening within yourself. So thank you so much for being here, and I will see you on the next video. Bye for now.